How you doing, gardeners? Ed Snyder with Fresh Picked Acres of Kansas. Happy to have you along today. I tell you, it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been filming, but I hadn't had the chance really to get in here and get everything edited and what have you. We have one more week here in October, and but I thought I got this film here from earlier on in the season, and certainly want to go ahead. There'll be several videos like this to where I'm actually, from earlier on this season, as we're out there on the farm, try to bring you back up to date a little bit, show you kind of what we were doing at that time. I know today's video, we're talking potatoes, and we're talking also some zucchini and some yellow squash. So anyway, and there'll be a few other things in here as well. Happy to have you along. If you like these types of videos, do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. Come grow with us. Okay, so it's potato harvest time along with zucchini and yellow squash. So we'll get there. That's for the morning. Right now we kind of check the yellow squash and zucchini twice a day and stay fairly current on it because they grow so fast. Got a show you guys here real quick here. Let me show you. Look at them bell peppers. Look at how well they're going. We even got one right down there. Yeah, so it's coming. There's the all the pumpkins. They haven't sprouted yet as far as I know. Looks like our other peppers inside need to be planted, but those are all pumpkins right there. That's what those are planted. So we have that. Yeah, Dilly went ahead and pinned up the cabbage leaves, try to help keep them from scalding, make them a little bit whiter. There is all the tomatoes. It just anytime. Had a little blossom end rot, so I introduced some calcium in there to try to, I need to feed them again some more calcium. Kind of get ahead of that one before it gets too far out of whack. This is the first year I've had blossom end rot in many years. So all right, out here in the yellow squash, just giving that a twist. Comes off really nice. Put that in there and just kind of work our way down the row. That guy's not in too bad a shape. Might leave him for the evening harvest. There we go. That guy's good. I think I'll get him. Yeah, nice one. And I got another one right down below it. It'll leave you for evening. We're good. Oh yeah, this guy looks good. We'll get him picked right now. Yeah, just twisting them. Got a beetle right there. Got him. Yeah, I think that's some of the reason we're losing some of them. Getting a few beetles in there. You're looking pretty sporty. Yeah, kind of make sure you get in there and look real good because they will hide from you. That guy's he's supporting the whole thing. Yep, nice. He was supporting the squash. That happens. They'll get leaning on one fruit. Yeah, nice. Not ready yet, but they're coming. I think this one, we got a second plant right there, but I don't see nothing. See how we lost a few of them in here? I don't know if it's wind or insects. This is zucchini right here. Because I'm right here, look at that insect right there. That's a ladybug going after aphids, so we'll let him be. Nothing. Oh, there's one mom left right there. We'll pick it up. Must have grabbed it last night, set it down, and kept on it going. Okay, so all these yellow squash are looking fine. Very good news. The black plastic has certainly sped up the growth of our harvest, the speed of our harvest. They're close. Guy could certainly harvest them if a person wanted to. I'm going to come back and get that zucchini. I'll show you how we do zucchini. So maybe not what you guys do, but I'll show you how we harvest it. Here's a yellow squash. It's ready to go. Yep. I know a lot of folks like crook neck. I like straight neck. I do. I think it's easier to cook with. You don't end up with a smaller neck. Everybody's got their favorite because they grew up on it. If you grew up on crook neck, you probably want crook neck tonight. See, we're losing that guy. I'll have to cut into him and see. Same way with that one. I'll need to cut in and see what the heck causes this mortality. They're okay. Get under here. Nope, they're young. They're looking good. They're looking good. Just need a little bit more time. I think I'm gonna get this guy. I know it's on the smaller side, but let's get that guy. Yeah, it's not too far off. And this guy is ready. This guy is ready. Look at him. Ain't that look good? Okay. We're gonna have a lot right after we go to market. That's kind of how it goes, ain't it? We'll have a lot right after market. This guy's a tough one. He's oversized. Let me spin him in here. There, I got him. He got hid. Somebody will want him though. Yeah, he got hidden underneath there, and I think I'm gonna get this guy right here as well. Make up for it. One small, one large. All right. So that's and I'm gonna slide this zucchini over here. Let's put that guy in the zucchini pile. Let me go back through here. I'll show you how we harvest zucchini. Sometimes they don't want to come off very easy. That may not apply to you. We make a little slit in the stem. That guy's all right. That zucchini's all right. But I know I got a good zucchini down here. Think get him later. But this guy's ready. Maybe two. Let me show you how I harvest the zucchini. What I like to do is go to the stem, being careful, do about a half. Oop, I end up getting them all. I usually do a half and then I do a twist on it. Maybe I can show you on this one a little bit better. Usually I'm just trying to do a little bit of a twist or a little bit of a cut. And I think they come off fairly clean. So just do a partial cut and then twist. And it comes off really nice by doing a partial. And I don't seem to, what I'm trying to avoid is twisting and this whole cap comes off, so the stem. So that's what I do with them. Let's go on up here to our zucchini row. These guys are not quite there yet. They're growing. That guy seems to be going through an ailment. That's why it's good to have succession crops when we're talking zucchini and yellow squash, it's very easy for them to, there's a nice one. Let's see here, are you tonight? I think we'll get him tonight. I don't think he's quite there yet. And there we go. Look at this nice one right there. It's fat, so I'm gonna go and get him. Again, do a partial and then just do a simple cut. That's actually worked out perfect right there. I like that on zucchini, and my wife taught me that. Delia taught me. That's how she does it, and I kind of like it. It's a nice clean. Here's a aphid. So aphid's telling me something, isn't it? Yeah. There's a zucchini down there. It's getting a little scarring here. Let's go ahead and harvest that. I got some kind of bugs on here that's eating away at this. Let's get them off before they get them too much, but we have a little bit of bug damage right there. Get them off while we can. This guy, you know, he grew or we walked by him, but we'll get him. A partial, halfway down the stem, and do a turn. I like it. Coming on, we do have a couple of varieties of, look at all them blooms. Where is the fruit though? We do have a couple of varieties of zucchini. So our first batch was kind of decimated by aphids. And I'd say they're probably back. That guy's a little thin, so we're gonna leave that guy alone. So for the morning picking, that's what we got this morning. And as much as we have in there, I think we'll, maybe not zucchini as much, but I think we'll fill that basket up with yellow squash before the end of the day. So that's good. We still have kale to harvest. We have a lot of, hey, is them beans or peppers? Or is them just leaves? Nope, it's just grass. I was thinking I had some sweet peppers hanging down off of this, but it's just grass. Let me get rid of it so it don't fool me again. But have a lot of dill to harvest, a lot of kale to harvest. All right, so we'll keep going here. Market now. My Yukon Golds have finally gotten up to speed. I've been harvesting red potatoes for a couple weeks, if not 3 weeks right now. But the yellow potato, the Yukon Golds, they're starting to come on. Red potatoes will continue to add potatoes throughout the growing season, whereas your Yukons, they're a one and done type of deal. They put out basically one crop, and then it's all about size. Then it just grows into size. So I had to have, you're not going to get a lot of potatoes necessarily, don't hold me to that, but as a rule, you know, if I'm comparing the two of them, I get more potatoes out of red than I do Yukon, but it doesn't mean there that the, you know, people love Yukon potatoes. So you want to have that, and it's just the time to go ahead and go after them. But from a market garden perspective, I do wait till they're a lot like this size right here before I really go to digging them. And I'll end up with some nice bacon potatoes in it too, like such as this guy from a different plant. But if I go too soon with the Yukon, my problem is what do you have to sell? It was just, you know, that it's not a lot of potatoes there. So that's why with those, and then we'll pull up a red. I kind of go back and forth here. Now this is not a really good red, I can see it's going to be okay, but it's not going to be a great big, it doesn't have a lot of vines coming out of it. And I have one. Now this is sun scald right here. So that's actually the seed. So it actually turned green there. But yeah, the red potatoes, this is not a big one because you can tell it just doesn't have a lot, but you can get a lot. If I'd had it planted deeper, I could have got a lot more of these little reds would become big reds. But next year, Delia and I are going to have to refine our deal. And again, this one, I knew it wasn't going to be a lot. The more eyes you have, the more potatoes you're going to get, the more vine you're going to have. So I'm right now, Delia's going to take a yellow tub of each. I'll take a yellow tub of each. So I have a lot of potatoes to dig today. Yeah, this is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marketable. I'll throw that one in. But 6 marketable potatoes on that particular one. Go here to the next red. Let's take a look at that. This one might be a little bit better than the other red. I'm seeing a little more leaf. Started to slip by. Yeah, I'm going to have more potatoes on this one. These all came off of one. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got a little bit more of a cooking potato. 10, 11, 12, 13. Got some real dinks in there. 13, and got one there. Could still be a good used new potato. So 14 potatoes. That's the difference between a red and a Yukon Gold is the quantity. The reds, the Norland Red, is going to continue to add potatoes through as long as you leave it there until the vines die. So you want to make sure you take care of your plant so you don't have any issues there. Let's get in here. This looks like a good plan here. This looks like a good one. And I do see some potato beetles getting back into my potatoes. Yeah. This is a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I must have taken better care of this one. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, look at me. I got lied to by myself. All right, 14. Whereas tie on them. So you take care of them right, you're going to be in good shape. Ain't that funny? Yeah, I'm seeing those darn old potato beetles. They're in there. Yeah, gotta stay on them. Stay on them, stay on them, stay on them. And I find that once potato beetles get to really bringing your potato down, blister beetles commonly move in. Look at all them potatoes right there. Perfect for new potatoes. Ain't that nice? That's what we want. A lot of new potatoes for folks. And this rain really kind of helped me out here. I hit this with the irrigation gun in my irrigation video, but yep, there they go. So I'm going to keep going here, folks. We'll come back when I get them all loaded. Okay, gardeners, I thought I'd stop the video right here, right now, because I want to talk about what's going on with this corn, because I don't think I did very well explaining this. what we had was a weather front come through, a thunderstorm come through. It had high winds, and those high winds turn right around and create a situation called green snap. It's if you get 60 plus mile an hour winds, and you at the wrong time, where those tassels just shoot up when that plant is in a rapid growth phase, and it just shoots that old tassel right up. Everything's happening real quick. Silks are starting to appear. We have a weak stalk, and in this case, it's with sweet corn. They've done a wonderful job getting the sugars increased in the sweet corn. They made the ears nice and big on the sweet corn. However, some of the downside to this particular variety is it is susceptible to green snap. And this isn't the only occasion that this occurred. Green snap is when, by the way, green snap is when the stalk actually snaps over just above the silk. Above your silk, above your future ear, or above your ear, depending on what phase it is. But it just didn't do it at this occasion. I had this particular planting turned out all right. If it was bent over, it straightened itself up. That's the update to the video you're getting ready to see. The first planting, the corn pretty well stood up. A few were snapped, but not too bad a shape. But the second planting, however, it's a miracle I got an ear off of them. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I had probably a 35-40% green snap, truly snapped off, but there was enough pollen, enough tassels that were still up, and right in the center, and there's even the first planting was still dropping pollen. So there was plenty of pollen floating around out there, but I wanted to share that with you, what green snap is when I'm referring to it, or what's going on. Why is my corn doing that? Now, this particular variety, we had a storm later on in the season, and guess what? It's also turned right around. After I've already harvested the corn, had an 80 mile an hour wind. I understand it's 80 miles an hour, and 80 mile an hour can actually do structural damage to buildings and whatnot. But for whatever reason, this is a little higher density planting, meaning I wish they all came up the way this particular variety came up. However, the downside to it is I think it was a little weaker due to sucking up more of the nutrients. And after all the corn was harvested, it didn't affect anything. This 80 mile an hour winds snapped the drier stalks as well. So there's, it can happen at any time. But in any video you see the stalks bend over, well, that's what it is. It's green snap. And just thought I would share that with you. Perhaps you've seen this in your own case. Like, what am I going to do? Well, what's going to happen? Now, I'm going to also talk about goosenecking. And goosenecking in corn in general is where the wind blows the corn, lays it over a little bit. Well, what corn will want to do is it'll want to get going back straight again. And so if it can't pull itself back straight, depending on the severity of the storm, sometimes if it leans a little bit, the whole corn will come back. But if you get it bent over too much, what'll happen is that it'll gooseneck, where the stalk itself is trying to straighten itself and head straight up again, and it'll appear curved like a gooseneck. So that's what I'm referring to in this case. If you hadn't heard any of these phrases or don't understand what's going on with your corn, that's what's going on in my corn. Each planting had one of those 60 plus mile an hour winds. The middle one probably had an 80 mile an hour wind as well. We had 3 inches of rain on the second planting. I say the middle planting. It's in the middle of my field, but the second planting, we had a 3.5 inch rain. We had a terrible wind that bucked right in front of it. And I said it's over 60 miles an hour. That's a fact. It came down in sheets sideways. That's kind of how that rained. Had some corn wash out and whatnot, but thought I'd explain that to you. This is our first planting. We had that wind. I want you to see and understand what's going on in that. Well, let's get back to the film. So right off the bat, as we look at our corn, we're going to see that a lot of this has been pushed over, snapped. You know, I got a lot of pollination still out here, so I'm not through it yet. But anyway, it did. Those winds were pretty severe. You know, a lot of this is going to gooseneck its way back up. Another portion of it, I'll go on up the hill up here, show you area that's a little bit worse affected, but certainly going to make it a little bit of a challenge to get in here and do what I got to do. So looking out here on this edge of the sweet corn, I did go ahead and pull a lot of the corn off of my electric fence. I do have I had a lot of that snapped over. There's a beetle, doggone Japanese beetle on there. But no, it's you know, there's gonna be a little bit of problems walking through here, getting halfway. A lot of this is snapped on the top. It's just kind of a weaker stalk on this sweet corn. If there's anything about it, I see I got water. That's where the irrigation's hitting it. So, but anyway, we'll get up here to where the coon damage is, and I'll show you that. So let's take a look how the coon has the corn pulled down. It's eating a little bit of it. I'm getting a lot of damage. They've just basically been going, you know, every couple of years and pulling it down, and some of it is wind damage, I'll admit, but like that's raccoon damage there. Got raccoon damage there. I got a coon in here, and it just keeps getting worse up there. A lot of that's raccoons, where it's pulled all that corn down, because you see it isn't as bad in other places, but up there he's been pulling down corn left and right, and that's what makes me, at first I thought it was just one or two, but I think I might have a whole family of coons in here. So anyway, it's gonna be hopefully once I get into my trap, and we can just get him out of here. That there's you know, it's hard enough to make this crop, putting all the input costs into it, let alone having a coon coming in here and, you know, chewing up your corn and whatnot. This corner was hit especially hard by the winds. I can't say that's not coon damage there. That is just how the wind came off of this hill. This is a little earlier variety. Definitely got some coon damage in here, and it's several spots inside of that corn as we got some coon damage. So I got 2 or 3 light traps in there trying to draw their interest. It's a little hard to convince a raccoon to go into a light trap when they got plenty to eat right beside them, right? So but anyway, we'll see what we can do. I hope we're all safe. That's the important thing. I'm hoping that as I drove to Topeka earlier today, I saw a lot of trees down, and even our own bridge, somebody had already been down there and sawed some trees off and got that ready. So it's greatly appreciated by those. But no, it's yeah, we got wind out of the north now, so look how much farther it's blowing it. That's just because we got a stronger north wind. And but I do want to fill those ears out, and today's the day that obviously the wind is blowing towards me, so the water is traveling a lot farther this way. But yeah, I want to go ahead. Remember, corn at this stage is pulling 3/10 of an acre-inch per day. So even though I got 1/10 and a half of rain last night, well, the corn's pulling that's a half a day worth of water to corn. So I want to go ahead and keep pushing it. I think there's plenty of pollen out here still to keep even for the corn that's been snapped off halfway. There's plenty of pollen to help get that pollinated. Let's hope so anyway. It's just a son of a gun those things happen, folks. It's the honest way. It's the honest truth. These things happen. So you want, oh, I'm gonna get myself wet. Woo, just missed it. But no, just it's just had a challenging time here in the last, oh, I don't know, we've been about 7 hours now, because that's about how long it was since these winds came in. And but we're doing okay. I'm gonna continue now that I got the traps going for the coon. I got the corn off the electric fence to stop, you know, to help us out there, to try to prevent the raccoons from getting in. And anyway, but we'll have to deal with the one that's inside, because those are, once they're in, they like staying in. That's been my experience anyway. So